What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to have another conversation tonight. Okay, so I told y'all the other day that I had been feeling real stressed out lately, and I decided to just randomly cut the camera on and talk to y'all. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do again tonight. I do feel much better, so thank y'all so much. This is really an outlet for me. I'm just going to say that again. So thank y'all so much for watching, tuning in, subscribing, all that shit, yada yada. All right, first things first. So did y'all watch the BET Hip Hop Awards? I really enjoyed the Hip Hop Awards. I don't really do too many award shows. Like, I just don't be thinking about it. I try to tune in when I think about it, but just so happens that the other night after I filmed that last conversation video, I was just up and I came across it. It was on, so I watched and I really enjoyed it. The tribute to Uncle Luke at the end, that was my shit. Talk about some hey, and mo hey. I was like, hey, Doodle Brown, Dookie Love. I ain't with that shit. But if y'all don't know what Dookie Love is, but that's another conversation for another time. That shit, I ain't with that shit. Anyway, but the tribute was dope. The award show was dope. I really was happy for Miss Cardi B, okay? And that fur coat that Miss Thing had on, that shit was every fucking thing. I would look like a damn fool walking around in the streets, wearing some shit like that. But that coat was, I love that coat that she had on. If I could afford some shit like that, a bitch would definitely have that in her closet and on ready. Okay. What else? I was confused as fuck though. No, not even confused. I was confused. Yes, I was confused. But I'ma just chalk it up to the fact that I'm fucking old. Cause that motherfucking Playboy Cardi, that song Magnolia, I think, that shit threw me for an entire loop. Okay, I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. It didn't make no sense to me, but whatever. I'm just, I'm just old. I used to watch award shows real heavy back in the day, like the American Music Awards and shit like that. But nowadays I just don't like it, because most of the music that come out nowadays I don't like, and I don't really be checking for that shit. But all in all, the award show was cool. DJ Khaled, his baby is the absolute cutest little baby. It's just so cute. And Khaled did a good job hosting. It was cool. So yeah, that was that. Oh, how come I the fuck rode completely past my metro stop yesterday? Like, I was legit looking out the window at while I was on the train. The fucking train stopped at my station while I was looking out the window, and I slammed, just let the doors close and pull the fuck off. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Something was irritating me on the train, and I slammed the fuck road past my station. But it made me think. I was like, okay, why am I letting something irritate me so bad that I ride the fuck past my metro station? But anyway, it is what it is. Shit happens. Such is life. So tonight, I wanted to just talk about dealing with jealous ass women. Okay. I don't know why it struck me. I was on YouTube earlier today and came across a couple of similar videos, and I said, well shit, why not just make a video talking about it myself? Because I've had many experiences in my life that happened because somebody was jealous. And like, it's happened throughout my entire life, and I never understood it. For a long time, it took me almost a lifetime to really understand that people do act a certain way sometimes out of jealousy. But I'm not like, anyway, so we gonna talk about it. So when I was a kid, I remember this distinctly. Like, this is one of the most memorable periods in my life, is when I was in elementary school, elementary through middle school. I was bullied, right? By this one kid, this one little girl. And she would just basically make my life miserable, just from day to day to day. Like, she would make my life fucking miserable, just doing shit to me. Like, she would trip me. She just would dumb shit, right? But as a 10, 11, 12-year old, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, she always wanted to fight me, and she was like a frenemy, because I wanted to be her friend. I really, really wanted to be her friend. I wanted to get along with her, basically, right? But for some reason, we just never got along. And, well, no, I won't even say we didn't get along. She just didn't the fuck get along with me. And I couldn't understand why. Until one day we actually got in a fight, okay? And she got the best of me. She whooped my ass. She was a lot bigger than me too, and I'm not no fighting type of person. I'm just not. And especially as a kid, I just was like, I don't want to fight nobody. I wanted to get along with everybody, and I wanted to love everybody, and I wanted everybody to love me the way I loved them. But it just didn't happen with this girl. So we got into a fight, right? She whipped my ass. I fought back. Don't get me wrong. I fought back, but she just was bigger than me. She was stronger than me. So that was that, right? But I did fight back, like I said. And after that, she really didn't mess with me like that no more. Like, she pretty much just went on about her business for the most part, and she left me alone, right? So my mother told me, she was like, you gonna have, this was before me and the girl ended up getting into a fight, because I used to come home crying about it all the time. Like, I couldn't understand why this chick was bullying me. And my mother was like, you know what, you gonna have to stop fucking crying all the time, and you just gonna have to stand up to her ass. So that's what happened. Okay, now I call myself standing up to her. She, again, I'm gonna say, she got the best of me. She whipped my ass, but I didn't back down from her, okay? And I noticed that after that happened, she pretty much just left me alone, okay? Time went on. We ended up going to different schools, okay? Because we were in the same school, in the same grade, from elementary through middle school. So definitely by the time we got to high school, we just went separate ways, because she went to a different school, I went to a different school. But as time went on, my mother, again, some time passed, and we ended up talking about it again, me and my mother. And she was like, she was just jealous. She was just jealous. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, why the fuck would anybody be jealous of me? I'm just regular old fucking me. Like, I just go to school every day. I don't bother nobody or whatever. But then my mother was like, look at you and look at her. And I know that sounds fucked up, but for a grown adult, I mean, now in hindsight, looking back, for an adult to break it down like that, it makes sense. But again, in my mind, I wasn't rationalizing it like that. But my mother was like, she big, she ain't really got no friends like that. Nobody really wants to be bothered with her. But you go to school, you got a lot of nice things, you got a lot of friends, you're popular, and she's not. So that was that. You know, that was like my first encounter, I guess you could say, with jealousy. Okay. So time goes on, of course, and um I'm in high school, and I had a couple of run-ins with a couple of females in high school. Not too many, because I'm really not a confrontational person, but I did have a few things go on in high school. But anyway, that's it wasn't nothing really to speak much of. But fast forward to later on in life, I had a job at this shared ride service. Okay. And I want to say, I was out of high school at that point. I had graduated. I probably might have been about 20, 21-ish, somewhere around there. And I got this job. And when I started working there, I worked in what was called the eligibility department, right? So I was responsible for basically doing the intake for the people that use the share ride service. So I would set up like their assessments at the facility with the doctors and send them out all their paperwork, so on and so on. So I stayed in that department for some months. Okay, it was cool. Then I transferred over to the reservations department, where you actually book the trips. You know, you use the database software, and you actually schedule the trips for the people that use the service. Worked there for a little while. I pretty much got along with everybody. I never had no problems or whatever. But then something, I don't remember what exactly happened, but something happened, and I was thinking about going back over to the eligibility department for some reason. I don't know what happened, but anyway, word must have got around the office that I was possibly going to be going back over to the eligibility department. And by this time, another chick had got hired. I don't remember where she came from or how she got there, but she got hired in the eligibility department doing what I once did. Okay. And so it was one day, just a regular old day, random day. I happened to get up from my workstation in the reservations department and walk past eligibility. Okay. And me and this girl were acquainted. We wasn't friends. We wasn't cool. We wasn't kicking it or nothing like that. But I knew her name. She knew my name. Whatever. I guess we used to say hi and bye. But this chick ain't know me from nowhere. But for some reason, when that day I got up and walked past her in the eligibility department, she was like, "Oh, I heard you was probably coming back over here. Don't come over here starting no shit, because I'm the queen over here." Bitch, but listen. I distinctly remember when she said that shit to me, I was just like, okay, whatever. And I just kept walking. I don't remember exactly what I said to her, but I know I just paid that shit dust and I kept on walking, right? But I remember that shit to this fucking day. And that shit happened almost 15 years ago, okay? And I was like, what the fuck? That's some random ass shit for anybody to say to anybody. Like, you that possessive over your fucking job that you feel like you need to come out your face and say something stupid like that? But again, at the time, I wasn't thinking that she could possibly even be jealous. Like, it just did not dawn on me, because I'm regular, bitch, just like you regular. Like, I don't give a fuck about you. Why do you give so much of a fuck about me? But she said that shit, okay? And I don't know. That shit just was so wild and so random. I never heard no more about her because eventually I quit that job and I got a job elsewhere. Okay. But it turned out, I did end up finding out that she and I knew some of the same people, you know, which I guess was really neither here nor there, but maybe she knew about me before I knew about her or something. I don't know. But anyway, so that was that, okay? And I'm starting to realize now, you know, I'm in my 30s and I done experienced a whole lot of shit in life. But when Jigga said males shouldn't be jealous, that's a female trait, he ain't never fucking lied. Like, not to say men don't get jealous, but that shit is way more prevalent in females. And that is why I don't have no whole big pack of bitches that I run with. You know, I just don't. I always did want, like, you know, a cool ass girlfriend, okay? I've been wanting that since I was a little kid. Just like, you know, one or two good girlfriends or whatever that I knew I could trust and everything. It never happened until I got into my 20s. You know, one friend, okay, so I don't even really, these two chicks are like my sisters, okay? I don't even really refer to them as friends. I mean, to people who don't really know them like that, I'll refer to them as like my best friends, but they're really my sisters. And one, she and I have been like this since we were children, okay? We basically grew up together. So that's my sister. My other sister, I met her when I was in my early 20s, and we just happened to meet through mutual friends. And me and her been cool as fuck since, I want to say, around 2002-ish. So yeah, so she my sister. She's like family, like her family is my family. And she ain't never done no switch up shit, you know. She's never done no switch up shit. The other girl I was just talking about never did no switch up shit. Like, they just always remain the same, okay? And then I was fortunate enough to, when I worked, the job I had some years back, I worked at this job for 12 years. And I was fortunate enough to meet another young lady that now, you know, she has solidified herself as like a sister to me as well. She and I have been tight now for, I want to say, maybe like 5 years or so. She lives in a different state now, but you know, when she was here, she and I got real close. We had a lot in common. We were, I guess you could say, some might refer to us as like the it girls on that job. Like, we, you know, not to say like we was the shit or nothing like that. It was never nothing like that. But we were the two young chicks in the office. We both like to really look nice. We always dress nice. Jewelry, makeup, hair, all of that. We was maybe a year apart. She is 1 year ahead of me. And so we like the same music. We like the same kind of clothes. We both love shoes. So we just really bonded on that job. And everybody else, you know, around us was like a lot older than us. So that gave us the opportunity to really bond. So we started hanging out outside of work. And she's just a real good friend. So, you know, I now in my 30s have the type of girlfriends that I always wanted way back in the day. But because of jealousy and envy, I'm starting to see that's why I never had that back in the day. So, you know, if you are going through some shit with like your girlfriends or whatever, or folks that you might consider your girlfriends, just take a moment to take inventory of your relationship. Like, if they always taking every opportunity they can to shade you or say some fucked up shit out of their mouth or whatever, or just hating on you because you're happy, or like you're making progress in your life and they got some shady shit to say all the time, just be careful of that, you know, because people don't, unfortunately, the people that you would just automatically think would just off GP be happy for you, those are the main people who will fucking throw you more shade than a fucking cabana in the rainforest. Okay, so that's it, right? I don't even have no fuck. People be like, my circle. I don't have no circle. I really don't. I got my fucking point A and B, for real. So and another thing is, I hear a lot of women say, I don't fuck with girls, I don't fuck with other bitches, and I'd rather just be by myself and everything. That might be true, but I hear it so often, and a lot of times I think chicks just be saying that shit for real because it sound good, but whatever. If you don't fuck with bitches, you don't fuck with bitches. But when I say I don't, I really don't. I really, really don't. Like, I just don't. So that's that. Okay. Just be real cautious of. Be cautious of the people you tell your business to, that you confide in and everything. We all need, like I said, we all need somebody to listen to us and everything, but not everybody is listening because they genuinely care about you. They listening so they can go bump their gums and talk shit about you to somebody the fuck else. Okay? So just be careful about that shit. In general. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure once I cut this camera off, I'm gonna think of something else that I wanted to say. But that's pretty much it. That's what was really on my mind. And if y'all, like I always say, would like to leave a comment below, tell me what's going on. Like, have you ever had any of those same experiences like what I was just talking about? You know, let me know. Shit, we could talk about it. We could chop it up in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'm getting ready to get up off of here. Tomorrow is Friday, and I'm so freaking glad. Tomorrow is Friday, and a bitch decided to take some time off coming up here next week. That's so important, you know, also to always keep your fucking self in mind. There is nothing selfish about taking care of yourself, and we a lot of times as women give so much of ourselves to other people, you know. If it ain't your fucking kids, then shit, you know, you owe it to yourself to spend time, effort, energy, money, whatever it is, on yourself, okay? And don't let nobody make you feel bad about that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Them hating ass females or whatever that might always got some shit to say, like you come around and you got you a new bag or whatever it might be. You might have decided to get you some new earrings, or you trying out some new makeup or whatever, and first thing they say is, oh, where you know, they might say like about your bag, they be like, oh well, I don't never shop there. Oh, look, one more thing I'm gonna share with y'all that happened to me. Okay, so I was about 18 years old. I was fresh out of high school, okay, and I was hanging with people that was much older than me at the time. They was in a mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s at the time, but it was just my group of friends. You know, we used to chill, talk shit, you know, whatever, drink, smoke, all that together, right? And one night in particular, it was this get together, okay, and everybody was chilling, everybody was having a good time or whatever, sitting around laughing, talking, whatever, joking, okay. And it was this one chick that for some reason, like she was always just shady, but she never really came out her face no kind of way with me to make me be like, I don't want to be around her. But this one night in particular, it was a get together, and we was all sitting around laughing, talking, whatever, and something came up about zodiac signs, okay. And of course she was the loudest bitch in the room or whatever, talking her shit. And she asked me, she was like, oh, what's your sign? I was like, I'm a Virgo. And she was like, oh yeah, we used to kick y'all ass. What? Like, and by this time, she had already said some shit that I really didn't like, but I kind of was just trying to let it go because, again, I'm not a confrontational person, okay? And I just was trying to let the shit go. Everybody was having a good time. But by the time she got around to that motherfucking remark about, oh yeah, we used to kick y'all ass back in the day, I was like, yeah, what the fuck is your problem? Like, everybody is in here chilling, having a good time. We just sitting around laughing and talking, and you got some shit to say all the time. For some reason tonight, you got a lot of shit to say, okay? And I remember her backing down. Like, I don't remember exactly what she said. Again, my memory is fucked up, but I know for a fact that she backed the fuck down. And then later on that night, because I didn't say nothing else to her, I just said what I had to say and I left it alone, okay? And I went on about the rest of my night, drinking my Heineken, talking shit with my friends, passing the J, okay? And later on that night, she decided to approach me, and she fake wanted to dap me up, talking about some, oh, no disrespect, dog. I was just talking shit. I didn't mean nothing by it. I was like, yeah, okay, you know. But at that point, it was like, what the fuck? You just thought you was gonna fucking intimidate me? Because a lot of times people mistake your kindness for weakness. But again, in that particular situation, I was like, why the fuck else would she come out of her mouth all sideways to me unless she had something against me? Like, she you know, she really didn't know me to have nothing against me. I never did nothing to her. So I just kept replaying that shit in my mind as the years went on. I was like, I hate it because it just sounds so vain, but I really believe she probably was just jealous. Like, and it's unfortunate, but people do be like that, right? And shit, I mean, jealousy is an emotion. So everybody's experienced jealousy. Like, I've been jealous of shit before in my life as well. But the difference is like, when being jealous is not, to me, it's not the issue. It's when you start allowing that emotion to dictate how you interact with other people and how you form relationships with other people. That's because we human, we feel emotions, you know. So for anybody to sit back and be like, I don't get jealous, I don't get jealous. Maybe you don't, not habitually, but at some point you've been jealous somewhere along the line of something. But there's a difference when you could just put that shit in check and be like, ain't no need for me to be jealous, you know? And I feel like it's a different situation when you are a grown fucking adult and you getting jealous of other adults. Like, jealousy, that's some shit that children do, you know, children that don't know no better. That's some shit that they do. But when you are, especially in that situation that I just explained, like for me to be 18 fucking years old and to have this grown ass woman that was like damn near 30 talking shit to me like that, like, bitch, for real? Okay, all right. But yeah, so anyway, that's it, y'all. I'm gonna stop right there. But leave your comments below, turn your notifications on, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You know, subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's cool. You know, I appreciate you just stopping by, watching the video, right? And what we gonna do is proceed to this. I was looking for this. Oh my god, look at that, y'all. This is MAC Feel So Grand. I have never worn this, and I ordered this months ago. But again, it was thrown up here on this damn messy ass vanity, and I didn't know where the fuck it was or what I had done with it. But anyway, alright, that's it, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next conversation video. Alright.